Hey guys, MCOGAMER27, and we're back playing Star Trek Resurgence. This is a new Telltale game, and this is my most anticipated game of the year because I love this franchise. And so far, I could tell you the writing has been awesome. It's your choices in this game seems that they do really matter, like all Telltale games. But I think they took it to a whole other level here. When this game was shown 2.5 years ago, the director said that they were really going to focus, and he even said this word for word, the quality of Mass Effect when it came to decision making. That you could wipe out something or you could make something live. You have to watch. He goes, you really have to watch what your choices are because it will affect you. And it already happened to me when I played the first part. I told the captain something and then an hour later he said, well, because you told me this, that's why I did this. And I went, oh my God. Now they gave me 3 choices. And it's amazing because of the situation we were in. He used that answer that I gave him a year. That I gave him an hour before. So the game does really register, and it goes to what you really chose. With that said, like I said, guys, the beauty beauty about these games is that my experience, my game will be different from yours because every choice have a consequence, a good or bad. Anyway, enough talk. Let's continue. Oh, one more thing, guys. I am running this on the Xbox S. Okay, not the series, the regular white Xbox, because I'm in my retro room, and then this room it is more comfortable for me. This version of the game does not run as well, of course, as the Series X, because the Series X runs at 4K 30. This runs, I think, at on 1080p 30, but it doesn't run fluently like on the Series X in 4K 30. All right, that's because of the power. But like I said, I want to enjoy this game in the comfort of my retro room because I got a real comfortable chair and the whole ambiance in this room, so that's why. But I may do the 4K during the week. All right, guys, enough talk. Let's do this. I'm excited. Oh, and of course, there's longer loading times for sure. Much more longer.
Approaching the rendezvous point outside Atari Space.
Helm, bring us out of warp.
Dropping to impulse.
Ionic interference surging, Captain. Shield integrity holding. We can take it.
We are at the correct coordinates to meet the shuttle.
Commander Rydek.
You see, I think this game is too ambitious for the Xbox,
Let's reduce the noise.
the older one, but it works.
I can manually tune what's left for Federation signal types.
Yes, I move left. Okay. There we go.
I've located the shuttle.
Opening comms.
On screen.
Shuttle to Resolute. Shuttle to Resolute. Debris field. Lost maneuvering. Losing.
I can't get it any clearer. We won't get a transporter lock. It's just not happening. Power up the tractor beam. We'll pull them directly into the docking bay.
All right.
Diaz, you good to run the tractor emitter?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Come on, Diaz. First thing, lock onto the shuttle and stabilize the rotation.
There we go. We got it.
We're pulling in debris.
I'm on it.
Oh my God. I'm gonna crash. Lord, no, move. Like, all right. Wow, it's very intuitive. Okay, I did it.
That's gonna take out the shuttle. Here's the bridge. There's a large piece of debris headed for the shuttle. The tractor beam can't handle it.
Can our shields take it?
I believe so.
Commander Ryder, plot an intercept.
All right, let me switch these headsets.
On it.
Give me 1 second. All right, eat. All right. All right. There we go.
Here we go. Maneuvering thrusters bearing 53 Mark 17. 200 meters on an intercept course.
Maneuvering.
Very intuitive, let me tell you that much.
Got it.
Whoa. Someone's working hard on the bridge.
Now the writing's been very good, guys. Oh, by the way, when you buy it for the Xbox One or the Xbox Series X, they're both, like, when you put it on the Series X, it will give you the most optimized, and of course for the like, Xbox One. So you gotta only buy it once for the both consoles. My man Spock!
So to speak.
Ambassador Spock.
Dude, Spock! Spock!
The captain will be right down to meet you, sir.
In that case, I will wait for him here.
You're not gonna ask him any questions about Kirk? The first thing I will do. How's you and Kirk doing? How? Well, I mean, Kirk died already at this point. Are you okay? Welcome aboard. Okay, let me see this.
Well, let me be the first to say, welcome to the Resolute, Ambassador.
Thank you, Petty Officer.
Carter? Carter Diaz. Sir,
pleased to meet you, Petty Officer Carter Diaz. It appears I have you to thank for my safe arrival. Your assistance arrived not a moment too soon, if I may say so.
Just doing my job. My pleasure, sir.
You're very welcome, sir. I'm glad we could get you here in one piece.
Indeed. We thought we were prepared for our...
Okay, he didn't like that one. See, it tells you how they feel.
Not sufficiently robust for such intense ionic activity.
I had to say
Storm has been...
I was doing my job because he's a Vulcan. They don't care about feelings. I forgot about that.
Before you came to our aid, our maneuvering thrusters and impulse engines were rendered inoperable. So we attempted a short traversal at warp speed, only to find that we could not achieve warp at all, even though our diagnostics computer showed no faults or anomalies. What do you make of that? When all indications say that warp speed is possible, but in practice, we find it is not.
I'd rather investigate than speculate.
A sound principle.
Take readings, run some additional diagnostic checks, and we'll get to the bottom of this.
Quite logical, Petty Officer Diaz. Thank you.
Ambassador Spock,
Excuse me.
I'm honored to have you aboard. I'd like to get right to it. We're already behind.
Damn, but they should have hold Spock for more at the end of the game. More, Spock. That was the thing. Spock is in here, but I think they should have waited a little more because I'm only an hour and a half in the game. I'm hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, and it's a 10-hour experience. This game's a 10-hour experience. Okay, the game is running better now, so.
Ambassador Spock, my senior staff. It's not every day that a captain gets to welcome a Starfleet legend.
You flatter me, Captain Solano. But legend implies the past tense, whereas I am very much focused on our present circumstances.
I didn't mean to suggest you were stuck in the past. You're right, Ambassador. Most diplomatic choice of words.
We're all curious about the future, Ambassador. Specifically, what exactly are we getting involved in here?
We got the basics from Starfleet. Two formerly peaceful neighbors are now on the brink of war.
Indeed, and the tension between them grows fiercer by the hour. Lydia and Hotari. The Lydians are the more advanced species. They made first contact with the Hotari over a century ago. This is Tau, the Hotari moon. It is rich in dilithium, and for decades, the Hotari and the Illydians have shared a mining operation there. The Illydians provide the technological resources, while the Hotari have served as the labor force. The stability of that arrangement was the source of their peace, until recently. The Hotari have suddenly and forcefully seized control of the mining operations and expelled the Illydians from their system. That is the official story, as told by the Hotari when they requested Federation mediation. But the details remain scant. Communications between all parties have been limited by the ionic interference.
Mm-hmm.
How is it the Hotari were able to turn the tables and take the mines against superior forces, especially after decades in this arrangement?
Unclear. The answer to that question may be the key to a new, lasting peace, and one that I hope we can uncover during these negotiations. But it is unlikely the relatively primitive Hotari forces would stand a chance against the Illydian fleet if this escalates to open war. Left unchecked, this conflict will result in more bloodshed, which is what we are here to prevent.
And the dilithium trade hangs in the balance.
Clearly the Hotari have been exploited in this relationship.
Maybe we can persuade them peace is the more profitable alternative for everyone. They both profited from the mines. And for the Hotari, something is better than nothing. Peace is our objective after all.
That is correct.
Let me see.
We can call it profitable or mutually beneficial, but at the end of the day, the Hotari are still being exploited for their own resources.
True peace is not merely the absence of war. And as such, this conflict will surely come again.
Neither the Illidians or the Hotari are members of the Federation, so we can't make them do anything.
There is an additional complicating factor I should mention. In the past, the Federation has relied on the Illidians as a source of dilithium.
That certainly changes things.
Federation sources its dilithium from a lot of places.
Yeah, and this is one of them.
That means the Hotari have no reason to trust us.
I wouldn't go that far, Commander.
We are completely neutral in this matter, on neither one side nor the other. Any suggestion otherwise would compromise our position. Given the Federation's involvement in the Illidian dilithium trade, Captain Solano and I must make every effort to appear neutral in these negotiations.
What worries me is if this whole thing unravels and we're at the mercy of the storm at less than full strength.
We can't let it come to that.
Considering what the Ion Storm has done to our ship, and the Ambassador's shuttle, we have to assume the Illidian fleet has had problems with it as well. This recent surge in the energy disturbance temporarily levels the playing field.
Commander Westbrook is correct. The energy anomalies around the Hotari systems have been noted in the past. But they have never been observed on the orders of magnitude we have seen in recent weeks.
That may answer why the Hotari were able to strike back after so long. They finally had an opportunity, and they took it.
That would also explain the Illidians' restraint.
And reason to learn as much about the energy anomaly as we can while we are here. We do not want to be caught at a disadvantage of our own. So I trust we understand our circumstances.
We're operating on a strict timetable here. We're going to be leaving for the negotiations shortly. Commander Westbrook, I want you to leverage our systems to investigate the anomaly from here while we're gone.
Aye, Captain.
Thank you all.
Dismissed.
I want to speak to both of you privately.
Ambassador Spock, I'd like to make a formal introduction. First Officer, Commander Jara Ryder.
Commander.
Man, the voice actor from Spock sounds really good, like Spock, man.
Solano and I can do in our official capacity as representatives of the Federation. But someone in an unofficial capacity, your first officer, for example, would not be bound by those restrictions. Commander Ryder could ingratiate herself to certain parties behind the scenes, where they may be more candid in revealing information that could lead to a resolution.
She certainly goes her own way. Maybe that helps in this case. It would be unconventional.
I'm perfectly happy to work outside the lines.
And by extension, you will be doing your duty, Commander.
Just not too far outside the lines. Well, I hope Commander Rydek will have more luck finding out what really happened than we will through official diplomatic channels.
The fate of the negotiations, the interests of the Federation, and the prospect for peace may very well depend on it.
Wow, it looks good, these character models. Oh.
Mr. Diaz, I understand you have already discussed the warp drive failure with Ambassador Spock?
I have.
It is imperative that the Ambassador's shuttle be flight ready. I need you both to ascertain the root cause of the system failures he encountered.
I'm surprised, Commander. I thought you would have wanted to work on Ambassador Spock's shuttle yourself.
I respect the Ambassador and his many accomplishments, but I do not derive any satisfaction from interacting with his shuttle as if it were somehow transubstantiated through its association with him. Especially when I have the entirety of this starship to concern myself with. I am not the chief engineer of this shuttlecraft.
Commander Chovak, is there anything you do enjoy?
I take pleasure in the satisfaction of a job well done. I suggest you try it sometime. Make note of any abnormalities in your report. Carry on.
Was that a joke?
No, couldn't have been. It seems like he's warming up to us.
I don't think so.
Even Chobok has to look at that face and know you've earned some real respect. And I have to admit that I owe you one. You were right to make me go first. I don't know what I was thinking. You did the smart thing.
You've pulled me out of trouble how many times? Call it even.
Okay. At the very least, maybe I can track down that bottle of Saurian brandy you're still on the hook for. But first, we have work to do.
Ready to go?
All set. Let's run the diagnostic.
All right, let's do this. So right trigger is the action button, guys.
So, I know about your talk with Miranda.
You do?
She sent me a Priority 1 dispatch right after your conversation. I'm happy for you. Both of you.
Thanks.
But I'm only going to tell you this once. Don't screw this up. Because I would be very unhappy if you tried this out and then, I don't know, 6 weeks or 6 days later I have to start splitting holidays between the two of you. All because things went south and you're not on speaking terms. That just isn't gonna work for me.
You really don't believe in me, huh?
It's not you. Or her. Just running the numbers, and things don't work out more often than they do. I like my friends, and I like our group. I don't want to lose that. Is that thing done yet?
Yeah, it's wrapping up. Let's see. Relays along the primary EPS are blown. The backup relays are all intact.
An EPS overload from the warp drive could cause that. But how did the shuttle end up dead in the water?
Oh. Well, maybe the ship's data recorder can tell us something. Here.
They were only about 8 minutes from their plotted warp point. No faults, just those warnings. What are they?
Subspace variance out of tolerance. What does that mean?
It means the main navigation array lost sight of space somehow.
Will the array going offline cause that?
Yes, but it should have also thrown a fault code.
Okay.
The warp field became inverted suddenly.
I've seen this happen when the center warp coil cracks.
A cracked warp coil throws a fault code.
Still, we should take a look.
There was a complete warp cascade failure.
Wow. They're lucky the shuttle didn't turn inside out.
Makes me think the computer panicked on the warp field equation.
Any one of these failures should have thrown a fault.
If it was caused by a system failure.
None of this caused the relays to blow. Roll forward to when that happened.
Yes, ma'am.
So here, they take a moment to get their bearings and they attempt to re-engage the warp drive.
There. That's the relays blowing.
And look, there's another warp system alert.
They're all the same. Subspace variants out of tolerance, or warp inversions. Finally, there's a complete warp cascade failure.
Then it's one of two things. Either a warp coil is cracked, or the navigation array is offline.
That makes sense.
Divide and conquer. You want to check the warp coils or the navigation array? I'll check the other. Let's not overcomplicate this. One of these systems is likely broken.
Warp cores. Let's do navigations.
I'll check the navigation array.
Because I have dealt with that before in the game. We gotta scan it. Did I find anything yet? Nope, I didn't find it yet. I gotta find something. Is it there? Oh, wait. Could it be this on this side? Okay, nothing is only when I go here. I think it's here. Yeah, because it closes up. Well, something's happening. No. What am I doing wrong? It has to be over here. Maybe I'm missing something in the back. No, but nothing's happening. It has to be in the front over here. Well, let me see if I could talk to her. The Excelsior. No, the tricorder doesn't. It only comes out. See, it only comes out over here. It has to be here, guys. The hell? There it is. It doesn't let me get out of here. Oh, wait. Alright, how I get out? Mm-hmm. Does this has control, crew? Alright, I can't figure this out. Is it here? Okay, 1 out of 3. Okay, we found 1. Okay, 2 out of 3. Okay, we need 1 more. It should. No, it ain't that. All right, Jesus Christ. I need 1 more somewhere on here. There you go. Finally.
Navigation array check.
That was not intuitive. That was not.
Except it's not. Checked and double checked.
Well, the readings don't lie.
Here comes the security detail for the way team.
Look at his love. So I made her my girlfriend on the last episode, guys. Because you could actually act and you could pick and to ask.
We're escorting the negotiating team to the surface as soon as they come down from the bridge. I don't want to interrupt some important work. I was just hoping to see you before I go. The captain and the others will be here in a minute now. Should be an interesting ride down to the surface.
Come on, I'm never too busy to make time for you.
That's not true.
No. But I am glad you came by.
No, that's more accurate.
I gotta be precise with you, huh?
Hey, Varys. Aren't these those button pushers you're always hanging out with?
And you're the phaser jockeys we always beat in Parisi squares, right?
All aboard for Hotari.
That another one of the captain's railroad things?
Gotta be. I just usually zone out by the time he gets to the whole, steam engines were the warp drives of their day part. Catch y'all later.
You don't want to miss your train.
I do have to go. Not gonna lie, I'd rather not leave right now. More important things on my mind.
Sit. Let's get to it. We're adults. We're adults.
That was nice.
Yeah, it was.
Save some of that for when I get back.
Oh!
Deal.
You're gonna get lucky, buddy.
Be seeing you.
Excelar de Diaz. If you could float back down to reality, we still have a ways to go. All right, where were we?
So, the warp coils in the navigation array are fine, but the nav computer doesn't seem to think so.
I'm out of ideas short of field stripping the shuttle from bow to stern.
You wanna take this out of the shuttle and throw it on the bench?
Oh, real hands-on maintenance. I like it. Okay, the nav computer is patched into the ship.
The ship's computer can double-check our work. If the shuttle's nav computer is putting out false data, oh no.
Let's run through the shuttle's logs again.
Running now.
All right.
Same. Warp field inversion and the cascade failure. However, the Resolute computer doesn't show the same subspace variance.
We're in the same conditions that the shuttle was in when it failed. Why wouldn't the ship's computer get a matching result?
What if the subspace variance was a momentary occurrence?
That's a possibility, and it would explain why the simulation under our current sensor readings failed to reproduce the issue.
But a subspace anomaly strong enough to cause a warp field collapse would leave graviton ripples for days.
Let's run with the momentary subspace variance theory for now. Roll forward to the shuttle's attempt to re-engage the warp drive. We need the conditions of space around the shuttle at the moment of warp failure.
Resuming simulation.
Error in warp field calculation. Cochrane formula variables are out of range.
That right there. Take the shuttle sensor data from that moment.
Computer, why did the warp field calculation fail?
Warp field pressure returned non-orthogonal. Results are undefined.
That doesn't help.
Wait, what if we use a different ship?
Put the Resolute into the simulation instead of the shuttle.
Yeah, it should warp just fine. Unless... Computer, run the simulation with the Resolute.
Resolute simulated.
Computer, give me manual control on the warp power.
Static field intensity, warp 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Warp pressure is destabilizing. Error in warp field calculation. The warp drive has experienced a system-wide cascade failure. Warp field collapsed. Subspace variance is out of tolerance. Cochrane formula results results are undefined.
Bingo.
What-o?
The same moment when the shuttle failed to warp, so did the ship. Whatever happened to the shuttle just happened to us. The Resolute will not sustain warp.
We can't leave Hotari space.
So we're going off to this beautiful new planet right now. I'm pumped. When we land on the planet, guys, we're gonna leave it here. 45 minutes is good enough for a video. Cause if you do too long, then like you make a long video, people don't watch it. Seat of power.
Ambassador Spock, Captain Solano, welcome to Hotari. We are honored you've come. My name is Tylos Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
The honor is ours, and this is Commander Jara Rydick, first officer aboard the USS Resolute. You'll find she has a keen mind and unique insight into the dynamics between the Hotari and the Illyrians.
We're honored to be here as representatives of the Federation.
I'm so glad.
These must be the representatives of the mighty Federation. The reigning authority in the galaxy. Or so we've been led to believe. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen. But, either way, we're grateful you've made the time to come to our little corner of the universe.
And you are?
This is Galvin, and this is Sidron, the heroes of the revolt in the mines.
Let's hope this is the last time we ever have to come here.
If you'll excuse me.
I think we're about to begin.
Did you hear the arrogance from that guy? I don't know what we're walking into here. That guy was something.
That may be true. But let's keep an open mind going into the negotiations. Hopefully he's just one voice amongst many.
Then let's hope he's the outlier.
The Hotari have invited us as their guests, so we must show them the proper respect.
Ambassador Spock, welcome to Hotari Prime.
The honor is mine, Your Majesty.
That the Federation would send one of their most respected representatives is not only an honor to the Hotari people and their queen, but a recognition of our stature and importance.
Let's get on with it, shall we? With all due respect to the Federation and their ambassador, they have no authority here. We are not members of their alliance. We are not subject to their rule. No. We demand the immediate return of all mining operations to Illyrian control, as it has been for centuries and will be for centuries more. That has always been our understanding.
That understanding has changed.
Then you invite war.
And if you cannot remain silent, you will be silenced. This point is well taken. What is the Federation's interest in this matter? Perhaps you would have us trade one oppressor for another?
The Federation remains neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution of this conflict. We are here at your request, Your Majesty.
For now.
I'm trying to keep an open mind here, but it's not easy. I thought they wanted us here.
We're not kidding.
Was there something you wanted to say, Captain?
Oh, no. My apologies.
And what about the code yard?
She's not part
She
of...
can speak for herself, can't she? Then let her.
Ooh. Let me say, the writing is good here, man.
Now then, one should know their place. What you might be somewhere else is not what you are here. Which is standing before a queen. And a queen deserves respect. A bow is not too much to ask. Is Hotari Prime part of the Hotari system?
My apologies, Your Majesty. I meant no disrespect.
Better. You are Koglion. Your people suffered brutal treatment at the hands of the Cardassians. Their injustice towards the Koglion is as unimaginable as it is unfair. Not unlike how we have been treated by the Elidian.
As much as they'd have you believe they are the victims here, remember it was the Hotari who attacked us. Hundreds of innocent Elidians were slaughtered without mercy in those mines.
The blood is on their hands, not ours.
Quiet! If after all the Koblion suffered, you finally had the chance to right that wrong, to get out from under their control, would you take, or would you negotiate a peace?
There is no remedy for what the Kobliad suffered. And I fear who we might have become in pursuit of. There is no justice if the oppressed become the oppressor. So I would willingly accept a peaceful resolution if it were offered. That is the real opportunity.
You may be right. Unfortunately, that was not the case, was it?
No. It was not.
Peace is often elusive to those who need it most. The Federation is the most powerful, most advanced alliance in the galaxy. It's widely known we have an abundance of dilithium in our mines. And it's in your interest to secure a steady supply.
Your Majesty, if I may.
Ambassador Spock would have us believe you're here as a neutral party in the interest of peace. So why are you really here? I want the truth, not your Federation rhetoric.
As Ambassador Spock has said, we've come seeking a peaceful resolution to this conflict, and have no interest in your dilithium.
I'm not nearly as naive as you must think. The Federation has done business with the Elidians for decades, which makes me question your motives.
What they haven't said, but cannot deny, is a simple truth. The dilithium trade would not and will no longer exist without a Lydian involved. We created it for the benefit of everyone, especially the Hotari. We've given them warp technology. We've let them share in the profits. We've made their lives infinitely better than before dilithium was discovered. All of that goes away if the Federation turns a blind eye to their trade.
That is enough of your lies! The Hotari are quite capable of running the mines. We've done so for centuries. So tell me, Who deserves control of the dilithium trade and the mines on town? Who should the Federation recognize? The Hotari or the Illyrians?
Oh my.
Only be one or the other, not both.
Oh Lord, I don't know. I don't know.
If I have to choose only one, then it would have to be the Hotari.
Well said. How could the just and wise Federation make any other choice?
This is an outrage. The Federation has lost all credibility.
Mines are ours. Lydia will not be deterred. We will take back our mines by any means necessary.
See more blood spilled.
I am more than willing to address your concerns, Your Majesty. Yours as well, Representative. But I suggest we could have a more productive conversation with a smaller group. Perhaps only the most essential representatives.
I suppose there is some sense to that. I hope we meet again.
Commander Jara Rydek, Your Majesty.
It's been a pleasure, Commander Rydek.
Well, the Xbox is really having trouble running this game at a full capacity. But it works. On the Series X, guys, it runs flawlessly at 4K. Beautiful.
Mark and I will cover everything on the diplomatic front. You make nice with the locals. And
They'll probably patch it up for sure.
we need to find out why
This game came out only yesterday, so.
risk war. What happened in those mines?
Alright guys, I'm going to leave it here. I hope everyone have a very blessed day. And thank you for joining me in this journey. And we will do this whole game online. This is MCOGAMER27. Remember guys, share, subscribe, and like. Subscribe. I want to make it to 500 subscribers. Have a blessed day. Peace.